Well, good morning, everybody. It's Barb Katie. It's another Monday, and I'm so excited to join all of you in it. Um, I'm still looking at fresh starts. And one of the reason I'm doing that, I think every day is a gift. It is the present. And I'm always excited to be able to open this new day and see what it holds for me. Uh, Sometimes we find ourselves in a rut. Sometimes we aren't real happy with the direction we have mapped out for ourselves and the life we're living. And we just think, it's time to make a fresh start. Maybe not in everything in your life, because I'm sure you're like me. I'm so lucky that I have what I consider to be a wonderful life, uh, and have so far been able to cope with most of the curveballs that life, just because you live it, presents. But I look forward every day to this fresh start, the gift of 24 new hours to make the best of in whatever way we can. And one of the things that I wanted to remind all of you of that have not had the wonderful experience yet is our advocates are coming around with a new, not brand new, but a new program on making it a great day with a new beginning. Uh, and I think that it's a great day for a new beginning, really fits us because we're going to stumble and fall as we go along, but we're going to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, reach out maybe sometimes for the hand of a friend to help us get up and get started on a better path, or something that at least is not going to be filled with so many potholes that can cause us to stumble and fall and get frustrated with ourselves. Um, so when I was thinking about today, and every day I do this, is, what can I do different today? What can I do to mix things up so I don't get myself in a rut and keep uh, doing the same thing over and over again, and maybe it not working as well now as it did several months or even a year or more ago when I first implemented it. You know, we get used to change. We may not always like it, but we do get used to it. And it's sometimes the hardest thing to do to find that key to stick in the lock on the door and turn it and start out fresh with what's beyond that door, to see a little bit further along in our journey and to take the time to reassess, readjust, realign our actions with our goals. Um, it's not quite as simple as having a reset button. We just, as human beings, don't operate that way. Sometimes we need to do some soul searching on our part to truly start fresh again and change our lives in small ways for the better. Uh, we talk often in TOPS about SMART goals, making them specific, measurable, uh, being accountable, making the goal realistic, and making it a timely thing. Um, One of the easiest things, and yet one of the most difficult things for a lot of people, uh, if you're wanting to just make a small fresh start, is cut down on your social media time. I know all of us enjoy getting online in this group and checking things out, getting tips and helps from our friends that we make in the various groups we belong to. And sometimes you log in and then you look up and you think, oh my goodness, I've been online for an hour or more. It just time sort of gets away from you. Another thing is making sure that you get enough sleep. You need rest to repair and restore your body, your mind, your energy. Sleep is really highly underrated at times, but it is so essential. Uh, sleep deprivation can cloud your thinking, even confuse you a little bit. You know, you enter into a state of physical exhaustion without enough sleep and downtime to repair yourself. You may think you're doing okay, but you really may not be. And sleep varies greatly among people. Some people, like Benjamin Franklin, got by with very little sleep, and others, like me, really do need 7 to 8 hours sleep every day in order to work at peak performance. If I don't get that much sleep, I sort of turn into a grumpy goose, and that's not good for anybody to have that type of feeling. Uh, and then when I think about it, I usually go back to the one journal that I do keep, because if any of you know me and have known me for a long time, I'm need work on keeping a journal. I don't always do that as regularly as I should be. I don't know why, but periodically I set that as a goal for myself. I am getting better, and I will continue to set that for a goal to improve upon as I go forward. And it's journaling on all kinds of levels. I do write down gratitudes every day because I think I need to keep in mind just what a lucky person I am, and not let the the concerns that come my way, like everybody else, throw me for a loop. Um, that for me is probably um, something that I'm very grateful that I do on a regular basis, is to journal my gratitudes. Looking back through them always reminds me of what a blessed life I do have. And even when things are dark and you wonder if there is a light at the end of the tunnel, just opening that book reminds me that yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I can continue, even though I sometimes get tired or frustrated or whatever. Uh, this series that I'm talking with you today about is starting fresh, making new beginnings, clearly stating your new goals, uh, and then moving toward them. Another thing that I have found, and maybe you found this too, is I don't do as well if I try to change everything all at once. I don't have the mental capacity to juggle that many changes all at once. You know, if I went through and wrote down every single goal I have, I think I'd be exhausted writing down the goals and would not even have time to begin to pursue one. So each day, uh, I have an overall overriding goal that, you know, sets my course of action in general year to year. Uh, but then within that overall overriding goal, I have smaller goals that break down. And every day I try to pick at least one thing at a time that I can focus on and give it my best effort. And that's a personal goal. All of us don't live in a vacuum. You know, we have other needs, demands, wants that are going to require our participation at some level in them, with others often, and sometimes for ourselves. But if I can just bore down on one change at a time, I do manage it better. Uh, any of you who have ever talked with me about moving your waist can know that one simple change in your life can manifest itself not only in your life in other areas, but can also manifest itself in the lives of those who regularly associate with you. And if you doubt that, just take one familiar object that you use every day, whatever, uh, and make a change with it. Maybe relocate it like the trash can. And if you've never tried that and you're trying to make a change in your life, I really recommend it. Simply because every time you go to the place where your trash can used to be, you can remind yourself, oh, yeah, change is a challenge, and I need to stay focused. I need to stay aware. I need to move forward in this defined area of my life. That's what I set about to do this morning, is to change this one thing at a time. And it's hard to keep focused on that one thing because life intervenes. You have demands coming at you from all different directions. Uh, it may be something you set up for yourself that just isn't producing the results you thought it was. And the beauty of making a fresh start every day is you get to reevaluate. You get to move forward. You get to redefine the priorities and the activities of your day to a great deal. And that's very, very important for all of us to understand. It is truly necessary to keep in mind what is and what is not working for us. Look at all the changes that you may have made in your life. Have you ever decided one of them was not as wonderful as you thought it might be, and you let go of it and decided this is not something I'm going to continue anymore because it is not as helpful as I thought it would be, or it isn't producing the results that I thought it was going to be. Maybe I need to set that goal aside for now, or maybe just let go of that goal in its entirety because uh, upon trying to implement it, I found out it was not what was working for me. So today, changing one thing at a time. Uh, and this is really funny because uh, you would not think one little thing would make a big difference. But I have just gone through the drawer in my kitchen. I don't know if you have a drawer in your kitchen for all stuff that you don't know where to put ends up, but I had that drawer in my kitchen. And today, my goal is to sort through that drawer and clean it out because I cannot shut the drawer anymore. It's got too much stuff in it, which means in part that my life has been a little bit busy and hectic, and that I've just shoved stuff out of the way instead of tending to them in a timely manner as I should. And so now the door is crying out to me and it's saying, please do not put another thing in me. And by doing that, I already hear echoes in my weight loss journey. Uh, you know, you're trying to do too many things all at once, and you need to step back and figure out where your biggest obstacle is and focus your energy on that. Uh, as I'm going through the drawer, uh, I've seen things I haven't seen in a couple years, and I thought, oh well, there, that's where that went. Uh, and I'm feeling better because things are going back to their a home where I have a chance of finding them sometimes instead of the kitchen drawer. We call it the junk drawer here at my house. I don't know what you call it. Uh, but anyway, that's my change for today is to resort the contents of that drawer and prioritize, which leads me to thinking about resorting the contents of my daily activities and prioritizing them in a way that'll help me meet the new goal that I am setting for yourself myself this week. So I give that to you as maybe an exercise. And if you've not had the pleasure and benefit from your advocate's visit, I certainly recommend that you reach out to your advocate. And it is a great day for a new beginning. And I am just going to leave it there. You all have an awesome day. Talk to you later. Bye bye.